My wife confessed for weeks after giving birth that she cheated on me 3 months into our marriage. So my wife confessed to cheating on me, and I don't know what to do. She confessed to me that roughly 2 to 3 months after we got married, she cheated on me with one of her exes. She says it was only hand stuff, but how can I believe that? She tells me this just for weeks after giving birth to our first child, and I'm torn. On top of that, the timeline has me concerned if this kid is even mine. I've ordered a paternity test without her knowing. It comes in tomorrow, but I'm truly scared. I currently want to try and work on things only for our child. If we didn't have him, I would end it right away. I am severely depressed from this and hate myself because I still love her but equally hate her at the same time. I keep trying to mask my depression and act like I'm okay, but I'm not. I've done everything for this woman. I've pushed myself in my career to make enough for her dream to be a stay-at-home mom. We're planning on relocating across the country to be closer to some of her family. I've bought her a car. I never buy myself anything and give her anything she wants, asks for, and this is how she repays me. Does anyone who's been through something like this have any thoughts, opinions? I'm slowly starting to consider a divorce, but the court will likely give her majority custody because she's his mom, but she currently has no job and will have to live with her parents, which just overall wouldn't be best for our kid. My thought is he would be best with both of us in the house, even if it means I have to suffer for 18 years until he can move out on his own thoughts. It's only been a few minutes, but thank you to everyone who has posted their thoughts and opinions. It helps me more than you know. I haven't been able to talk to anyone about this and have been feeling so alone. A little more information. I'm only 25, she's 24. I know I have a long life ahead to recover from this. It's just so hard to see that far. I want to be happy, I just don't see how no matter what option I choose. She also has threatened to unalive herself if I were to leave her, which scares me to death in so many different ways. Please leave a comment after listening to my story. Girlfriend cheated in past relationship. So I found out from a mutual friend that my girlfriend cheated on her partner of 6 years with multiple people in 2018. When I asked her directly about it, she confirmed it's true. She explicitly told me she never cheated and never would at the beginning of our relationship 3 years ago. In fact, when the subject of cheating would come up, she would say anyone that cheats is a massive pause. I was quite upfront about my standards for a relationship from the start. She knew this would be a deal breaker for me. She never told her partner she cheated and still talks to him to this day. I feel betrayed that she hid this from me and shocked she can just lie to someone like that. I have a tough time knowing if my thoughts and feelings are valid, but right now I feel betrayed and I don't want to continue the relationship. Am I being unreasonable? What would you do in my position? Please leave a comment after listening to my story. Pregnant ex-girlfriend cheated on me. She F36 left me M37 in June because I had sent a joke text to someone asking for their $100 service, an inside joke from years ago. She said it was cheating. After thinking it over, I agreed it was wrong. I apologized, explaining it was a harmless joke, and mentioned that if the roles were reversed, I would be upset too, but wouldn't leave. Despite this, she left 2 days later. Last night, October 4th, she called me and told me she's 28 weeks pregnant and the baby is her ex-partner's. We talked for about 20 minutes before it hit me we were together during that time. I asked, "Wait, why did you call me just to tell me you cheated on me?" She denied it, but I told her, "Please do some basic math," and then I hung up. This morning, I woke up to a text saying, "I'm sorry, I'm a terrible person. It has been almost 2 decades since I was last cheated on, and now I'm sitting at a bar, feeling lost. How is your Saturday going? I loved this woman for so long, and moving on is hard, but I will. It's just tough right now." Please leave a comment after listening to my story. He cheated, but I miss him. Should I go back? We met in school and immediately connected. He was male 20, and I was female 19. We met at the community college we both attended. At first, we were friends, but we both knew there was a strong connection between us. Eventually, we started dating, and everything seemed to go smoothly in the beginning. We were both committed to the relationship. Of course, we had our fair share of arguments like most couples do, but we always managed to work through them together. It all felt like a dream until things took a turn for the worse. After about a year of being together, he started getting angry with me over the smallest things. I was confused because it seemed so sudden and out of nowhere. Soon, I found out the reason he had been talking to not one, but 3 other girls for the past 2 months. He had been sending flirtatious messages and even gifts like flowers and chocolates, the usual romantic stuff. When I discovered this, I was devastated. I confronted him, but he tried to argue that it wasn't really cheating because he hadn't physically met up with any of them. After a lot of thinking and many arguments, I finally made the decision to break up with him. He was very angry, but I had already made up my mind and wasn't going to change it. However, now a few months have passed and I've been regretting my decision. I know what he did was wrong, but I can't help missing him. I miss how he treated me at the beginning, and I'm not sure if I'll ever find that kind of connection again. Should I go back to him? Please leave a comment after listening to my story. Wife's been unfaithful for the last year, so, long story short, I've been married for 13 years and together with my wife for 15. During that time, neither of us has been completely faithful. However, in May 2023, she met someone through a Facebook group chat. Without saying a word, she took our 3 kids and went to stay with her parents, who live 10 hours away. She said she wanted a divorce and wanted to be with this other guy. In October 2023, she decided she wanted to come back and work things out. She told me the other guy was no longer in her life and that she knew we needed to rebuild trust. Since she came back, I've made sure to stay committed and haven't spoken to any other women inappropriately. However, tonight, when I got home from work, I found her asleep with her phone face down on her chest. Out of curiosity, I picked it up, and to my surprise, she had been FaceTiming that same guy. Clearly, he was never out of the picture. I confronted her about it and told her that if she leaves, she's not welcome back. I also told her that if she comes to get her things, she should bring the police with her. I had my suspicions because she was always guarding her phone like it was a fortress. This definitely wasn't the kind of evening I had in mind. Please leave a comment after listening to my story. Delusional husband or unfaithful wife, I apologize in advance for the long post, but I need to share all the details for you to understand. I really need advice about my marriage, but don't want to involve family or friends since I like to keep my relationship private. I've been with my husband for 10 years, and we had a great relationship. We never fought, enjoyed each other's company, and had a healthy, intimate life. Things were nearly perfect. About 3 years ago, he started experiencing severe anxiety due to his demanding job, which required odd and long hours. He was often exhausted and spoke to me about his struggles, believing it was just a phase. He then became addicted to online poker. Whenever he wasn't working, he was playing, whether in the car, at family functions, or our kids' events. He would stay up late playing and not come to bed. I hoped it was just a temporary phase. Marriages go through hard times, right? But I became distant, not attracted to him anymore, and our intimate life nearly vanished. He started irritating me daily, and I often had an attitude with him. I tried to get him to spend time with me or watch a movie, and he would, but while still playing poker. As a result, he started accusing me of being unfaithful. First, he found a pair of my underwear in the dryer that I had told him I didn't like wearing. I wore them for a day and night, and he didn't even notice. Then, he found a condom, which our 16-year-old son said wasn't his, though I later found it in his pocket while doing laundry. I also came home from work one day and ran to the bathroom before kissing him. He noticed I had brushed my teeth and became suspicious. I do gig work and sometimes wait for orders at Walmart for hours. On some days, I would go to different locations if my regular spot wasn't busy, which he also found suspicious because I didn't always mention it. One day, when the wrestling coach called as I walked in the door, I tossed the phone to my husband with an attitude and asked him to answer it. The coach was just reminding us that our son needed to stay under a certain weight for his sport. My husband became upset, thinking I was hiding something. We went on a family vacation with a friend I've known my entire life. My husband made a hurtful comment, and though I didn't show it to others, I was upset with him. I barely spoke to the family friend, and when I asked why he was leaving early, my husband said I asked in a flirtatious way. Later, our son ended up on the couch with us in the middle of the night, and my husband accused me of being unfaithful again, saying I carried our son downstairs to cover my tracks. At another sports event, I asked my husband not to be late, but he showed up 45 minutes late. Before I left, he made a comment about how his only purpose was to pay the bills. At the game, he accused me of checking out the coach again. The coach had previously called my husband shortly after I had called him, and he thinks I was with the coach, reminding him to call. I recently found out I'm pregnant, and the due date suggests conception happened on a weekend when we fought, and he slept on the couch. He swore the baby wasn't his, and I ended up spending $1,800 on a prenatal DNA test to prove it. The test confirmed he's the father, but he still doesn't fully trust me. For the past 4 months, we've been fighting every day. He keeps accusing me of lying and being unfaithful. I've tried everything to prove my innocence, including sharing my phone, emails, and installing a family tracking app. We even restored deleted calls and texts from my phone, and nothing incriminating was found. The 2 times he accused me of being unfaithful were when I wasn't giving him attention and was being kind to another man. Now, I avoid sports games if I think the coach will be there, but even staying home makes him suspicious. I've tried everything to reassure him, but nothing seems to work. At this point, I don't want my marriage to end, but I don't know what else to do. Is this all my fault? How do I get back the relationship we once had? Thank you for listening. Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you enjoyed the video. Wishing you good health if you like this video.